It's Manny Levon Show. I'm your host, Manny Levon, the BK Don. We keep it officially official in an official way. Love is love always. Be the best you can be in all ways. And like we always say in the beginning and the end, it is never too late to be who you really are.
Or what you might have been.
That's what it is, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about polygamy. Big shout out to the word. I just like saying it. It make my tongue feel good.
You were pretty happy when you came in this morning, man.
Yeah. Big shout out to happiness. Big shout out to happiness. So you said something very interesting. Did you? Okay. You said something very interesting. You said that nobody belongs to anybody.
Correct.
And for some strange reason, when you get to the marriage vows, it's always like, you belong to me, I am yours exclusively, till death do us part, blah, 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 blah. Why do you believe that you don't belong to anyone once you get married? That kind of goes against the grain of 90% of the world, I guess.
Because when we die, at Judgment Day, we have to answer to God. Mm-hmm. We belong to a higher being. Mm-hmm. And if we belong to that person, then there would never be any breakups. There would never be any heartaches.
That's true.
If you love me, you respect me. Why do you hit on me? Why do you lie to me? Why do you cheat on me?
Right.
So,
right.
How do I belong
and like
to
you said, people said, you said that earlier too, you said people do threesomes.
Yeah.
And they don't look at that as weird.
Correct.
But they look at me and married to two women as weird.
Can I circle back to that?
Way.
Can I circle back? Are your sisters encouraged to sleep with each other?
My sister-in-laws?
Your sister-in-laws, yes.
Oh, no.
Okay.
That's degrading.
Yeah, that's some freak shit. We ain't about
Yeah.
I'm
that.
asking.
They don't even live in the same home.
Okay.
Oh.
Because I've seen
Separate
some
house.
things. I've seen several.
But they're
I was gonna
best
say,
friends.
I've seen several polygamists that live in the same house.
Well, those are the white people in Utah?
No. I've seen no. I saw a black couple in Atlanta. It was another show similar
In Atlanta.
to that. Yeah, black couple in Atlanta,
Yeah,
and
that's
they
Atlanta.
all were.
I'm just saying.
Hey, ATL.
We shout out to ATL, I'm just saying.
But there are some polygamists that do. Am I wrong? And I mean, am I wrong, or is it not?
That's like religion. You know, people break up Christianity, Islam into different sets when it's only one. They do what they want to do to bend the rules for themselves.
So do you think there should be two different types of descriptive terms for polygamy? If we're going to break down LGBTQ, blah, 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 do you think that there needs to be two different terms of polygamous relationships?
Polygamy, people change things the way they want to change it. In Islam, polygamy is I have up to 4 wives. As long as you can provide for them. If you can't provide for 4, you can have 3. You can't provide for 3, you can have 2. Can't have 2, you have the 1. But you educate your first wife and you go to her to make sure she's emotionally stable. And you ask her, is this okay? Is this something that we can do? And you explain why, for the orphan child. Or, economically, it's really great too.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Now, is there a hierarchy?
Cash at me anything.
Is there a hierarchy, like your wife number 1, so you make rule? You know what I mean?
I was just talking to my barber about that, and I was saying, that's disrespectful and that's not fair.
Okay.
Because everybody brings something different to the table. Like she was saying, a bonus wife. What makes me the bonus wife?
Right.
You understand? Because you've been there longer. In that case, why does he need me?
Right.
And if it's the bonus wife, you want to call me the bonus wife, everybody loves a bonus.
What's in your CBD? Legacy Botanicals has the highest quality CBD on the market. It is a COT extraction, which means it's the cleanest possible way. We test by the billions for pesticides and harmful chemicals. Most only test by the million. We have tinctures, hemp, and smokable CBD products. We always ask for a certificate of authenticity and compare it to ours. Please check out the link in the description below and get 20% off when you use the code LOVE. Legacy Botanicals. I got a bonus room.
That means I top you.
I got a bonus room in my house, and I love it.
See what I'm saying?
It's my favorite room. Big shout out to bonus rooms.
It's called co-wives.
Right.
There is no hierarchy. She was like, because I have to teach and train the other wife. You actually don't.
Right.
Because, like I said, what you have with him is what you have with him.
Right.
That's a special bond. What she has with him is what she has with him. They have separate homes. They have separate times.
Do you have to have separate houses, though?
No, you don't.
Do you think? Is it more difficult? Is it more difficult to have like everybody in one house? You think, or
if the women emotionally aren't ready, but they're still like, okay, I'm doing this for my Lord, then yeah, separate homes until they learn how to grow together.
Okay.
That's like in
How
a
long does
marriage.
that take?
It depends on the person, depending on the person,
Right.
because that's just like marriages that are set up.
Right.
You may not love that person,
Right.
but you get to love that person, or you may think you love someone,
Right.
until you live with that person.
Oh my God.
What's the benefit for me being in a polygamous marriage? How am I benefiting? Because I can cook. I clean. I'm a business slap. Like we talked about my logo, I can pretty much do it all. So
Yeah,
how
but
is
your
it,
collard greens might
so how
suck.
is it? No, my collard greens is bomb.
I'm just saying.
And the oxtails that y'all didn't get.
Stop talking about oxtails.
But how is it beneficial to me sharing my husband?
How are you sharing your husband?
I mean, I'm sharing. He's not with me all the time.
Is he with you all the? He's not with you right now.
No, but how is it beneficial to me sharing him with another woman? How is that helping me?
How do you know he's not with another woman right now?
That's not what I'm at. I get that. I get that we can play the bias part, but I'm asking point wise. How does it benefit me? I'm not saying that he could be doing whatever he want to do.
That's something that you
but how does
and your husband have to talk about.
So
because
how
I don't know
how
what
does it
goes
benefit
on.
other couples? How does the sister wife benefit from the sister being there?
Some women say that it's beneficial because they get to focus on themselves now. They get that time. Men are very needy. Mm-hmm. They need that touch, that love, that caring, that caress.
So are kids.
Exactly. So imagine if you have kids and you have a husband. Because sometimes men want you to give them more time than you give the kids. Mm-hmm. So it gives that woman a chance to be like, I got my alone time. I can study now. I can focus on my business I want to have. I can get myself together. I can go take a 2-day trip. Hey, can you watch the kids?
Right.
That's beneficial as well as, yeah, I see your face. Yes.
I mean, no, I get what you're saying. I just know if you're waiting for that right one, if that right one is for you, he'll drop you off outside while you do your thing. Because he is needy. Sorry, babe, you needy. I just told you that. He just begged me to freak him out, and I did it. I can get that. I would love for my sister wife to come freak them out for me sometimes, but I don't see how me sharing my husband's genitals with another woman is going to benefit me other than me being the basic woman that I am and just balancing things and making things work. Is it anything more lucrative besides finances and hobbies?
Mentally, and but you're not a Muslim, so that's where that comes in. That we do it for our religion. Everything isn't for everybody, and you can come up with so many different excuses on why it's not going to be.
Well, seek your kingdom of God first, by all means.
Right. So, and here's what's interesting, because American women, the first thing that they go to is the sexual part. Oh, I gotta say, no, because you mentioned that 3 times, and the sexual thing is like I think once you get to that level and you're gonna take on 2 wives, that's got to be the last of all things. I mean, it's got to really be about building a big nation. Big shout out to Super Steve, who just entered the building. He's a little frustrated because he doesn't have a jack for his mic.
Man, this is frustrating. It is.
Hey,
good morning.
He's got no mic. He's got no mic jack.
I can still rock the mic without
Yeah, we'll
mic
turn
jack.
we'll turn on a little volume for you.
Good morning, everybody. Glad to be here.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
So since you're late to the conversation, Steve, do you think that you could handle having multiple wives?
No, absolutely not.
Why not?
I can't even handle one without hearing mouths and
Right.
bullshit constantly.
So you feel like so what do you think is going to be, from a manly man perspective, what is the biggest con in your opinion? to having
Well,
multiple
you know
wives?
what? I think after a while it might get a little. I mean, maybe if you're dealing with 2 women that understand the rules of the engagement, but when you're dealing with 2 Black American women, you have to deal with but I'm not marrying 2 white women. So
You might marry a Puerto Rican and a black.
yeah, but here's the thing.
A half a color than a regular color. I don't know.
I'm not going to even try it because I can't handle one without conflict.
Right.
So handling
likes
two,
artists.
handling two is going to be, it's too much work.
So you basically shut that thought down in your head because
Yeah, I mean,
you think, let me finish. So you shut that thought down in your head because in your mind, and it's always going to be a difficulty when you have two women. But
Absolutely.
you're saying that, so in your mind, there's no way that two women can figure out how to live harmoniously and also not give you any stress.
Well, from my experience, bro, I've been down and around the block a few times, and what I've come to discover is it's hard for me, especially having, ADHD. I can't concentrate on one.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way in the world I'm going to be able to concentrate on two.
All right, big shout out to dudes with ADHD. You're out of the equation. That's more women for us. Now, I personally am ambivalent. Ooh, big shout out to me, ambivalent. What's that, 3 syllables? Ambivalent. That's 4. We got a bonus. 4 syllables. Big shout out to us. So, in my mind, I've always believed that I could only have one woman. I've only believed that, especially when it comes to black women. I'm a black woman guy. I like black women. Big shout out to the colors. I love black women.
Nigga?
But the strength of a black woman is the most amazing thing in the world because everybody follows black women. They want the high cheekbones. They want the fat booty. They want everything. But as I've delved into this more and more, the main thing it seems like is really just about if she can handle it emotionally.
Right.
If you can have, and I think the best friend thing was a perfect example because if you got two women who are already best friends and y'all get along on that level, I mean the only other thing left is okay, so Vada, he's gonna have to give up a little extra semen.
I was gonna say day before yesterday, my best friend called while the boyfriend and I were door dashing, and the three of us had probably the best conversation like ever. She didn't get on my nerves, not him. She didn't get on my nerves as bad with him there for her to talk to.
Oh wow. So look, you already found a benefit. You wasn't even looking.
I did. I'm just playing both sides here. Now that she is, and we were able to talk about what I need to do for here.
Right.
So, I'm not frowning upon polygamy, but what's the likelihood that I would be the one that everyone marries? And is that I know that's not even. I'm not Muslim. I'm Christian. The only way I would be okay with polygamy, and this is going to sound like a narcissistic artist, is if I was the main one. If everyone was marrying me.
Let me cut in real quick.
That's the only way I could do it.
Could it be that you're coming at it with a little selfish mindset?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that's the problem.
Absolutely. It felt good to hear them both talk about what I needed to do for this. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, I'm not okay with it. No, I don't want them liking each other.
Well, interestingly enough, though, but here's the thing.
I don't want them to get along.
In Christianity, though, there's been, for centuries, there's been, multiple wives. So what I would like to know is, and I think it was like in the late 1800s, they decided in America that polygamy was going to be banned because the Imperials that came over, they was about that life too. But I think the main thing that I've learned today is you can't approach it from a traditional American perspective of you mine, this is my wife, this is my thing, this is my pussy, this is my dick. Well, I don't want to ever say this is my dick. Excuse me, sorry about that. That doesn't work for me. Retract that. But you have to come through it. There's got to be there's a communal thing that has to be in play. And you cannot have a selfish mindset at all in this.
Absolutely not.
Do you think America was fighting for feminism in that?
Do I think America was fighting
for feminism?
I think so. I think that's how that came about when someone decided, no, you can't have just one, you can only have one wife. But I agree. I think you can do this thing. Now, let me ask you this, though. And this is going to throw a little salt in the game. Is it okay for women to have multiple husbands?
No.
Why is that not? That's what I wanted to get in. Why is that not a good thing in from your perspective?
He and I were talking about that one day.
Okay.
A woman, our bodies are art. Just hands down. If you look at the man's body, it's just
Trash.
and if you look at the woman's body, it's curves.
It's amazing.
Yes, it's art.
They're internal.
Women are, yes, we are internal. Women are nourishers.
Mm-hmm.
We are the mothers.
Mm-hmm.
How can so many, and look at how our private areas are made.
Mm-hmm.
It's open.
Right.
Now compare yourself to a man. That's why women be like, it's a double standard. You know, if I'm doing this, I'm a hoe. If he's doing it, he's a hero, or however.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to understand that we are Mother Earth.
Mm-hmm.
We are nourishers. You can't allow just any and everybody to come inside of you and just, you understand? That's like when a man is having sex with a woman and he's nutting in her.
Mm-hmm.
That woman has an odor after that.
Mm.
You know, I was telling him,
Keep
like,
your pH right.
you can't douche and just have just things inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
And besides, that wasn't written that way.
Okay.
You can't make something what it wasn't.
Mm.
I think Lance got something to say. He was
Yeah. What have you to add to this, young Lance?
young Lance.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, AKA Soul World is in the building.
Hey, man.
What are your thoughts, young Lance?
Listen, this is a interesting conversation.
Yes, it is.
Vlada had a very interesting point. I wanted to say something to that real quick. Yes, everybody said it. You're coming from a selfish place. You can't. It's a community that you're building. It's
Right.
a family that you're building when you decide to do that.
Right.
I agree. I don't know your name. What's your name?
Tahita.
Tauheedah. I like that name.
Isn't it a beautiful name? Big shout out to
Yeah.
Tauheedah. Thank you so much for coming,
Tauheedah.
Tauheedah, because I really.
For having me.
So you're absolutely right. I try to explain this all the time to women that you're a place.
You're the
there,
earth.
right? Like you can't just. It's different. It is different. Now that doesn't mean that it's okay for men to do whatever they want to do and cheat and go da 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 da. That doesn't mean it's okay.
Right.
But you just have to understand, like, it's different. It is a double standard because you are getting entered into. Some people are putting stuff inside you,
Right.
and leaving it there. Specifically about polygamy,
Yeah.
I
sound like you're
would
scared.
do it. I would do
Oh
it,
my God.
but it got to be
I
done
didn't
right,
think
though. And
Big
I think that
big shout out to doing it right. Big shout out to
most
doing it right.
females in America don't want to do that
Right.
because of how we're
Right.
raised, how we're brought up,
Yes,
because of society.
culture,
But if we go back hundreds of years, thousands of years,
Thousands of
to
years.
our culture
Yes.
that we come from,
Yes.
that's normal.
Normal. But because we're raised in a Eurocentric environment where everything is ass backwards on so many levels, you're cutting
Exactly.
your face open just so you can look 10 years younger and you look 50 years old. You're eating
Right.
GMO food. You're ass backwards in the church. You're molesting kids, but
Education
then,
is
but the
bad.
marriage thing is right.
But it's gonna be
Right.
so funny because when the Caucasians make it normal, then everybody will follow suit again.
They got better marketing departments. Big shout out to
They
marketing.
do.
Right.
That
got better
sucks
marketing.
though, because like it's our nature.
Yes.
If we as black people understood that, we'd probably be so much further than we were now.
Well, we did that. Then Black Wall Street happened. They whenever we do better, then they try to fuck up our
Forget
game.
that. Like, do it again.
I'm with that.
Like, we got to do it again.
We'll
Like,
do
what
it
we
right
gonna
now.
do?
Let's
Like,
do
they,
it again.
They done killed all our heroes. They shut us down, so
Yeah.
we just sit and go eat chicken
Complain about
sandwiches.
it.
That's what we do.
No, we moved to Utah and become
Come on,
Mormons.
man.
They'll never have that.
Now, here's the only other thing in the caveat, because again, feminine energy has always ruled the planet, but for whatever reason, you know, the Eurocentric approach has always kind of, you know, got rid of that, right? There's no female goddesses, but before the advent of the Europeans, there were female goddesses. So there was a balance of power. So now that we have the rise of Me Too and all of these other things, and of course women are feeling more empowered, there are a lot of women who are going to take the attitude, well, I should be able to have two men. If you could have two women, why can't I have two men? So when you say to someone, we are equal, how do you explain away their proclivity to want to, proclivity, big shout to me.
We
I don't
are-
even know what that
Yo, you
means.
are big word man
we are
today.
not
Yo,
equal to men.
You're
Women
not.
are
Why do you
equal
say
to
that,
men.
please? Please break that down, because I know women get
We
the hate
come
mail.
from the rib of the man.
Right.
We are not equal to a man. Women think that the man is a provider, the head. Women think that they can be strong as a man. You can't. Doesn't matter how strong you are. That's not your makeup. people need to stay in their lane. They want to fight for equality, but when you get it, now you crying that you don't want it.
But
Now you saying, why don't they hold the door for me no more?
Yeah.
Why ain't you being a gentleman and paying for the meal? And if you want to be equal, pay for the meal. Open your door.
You
Open
have
my door.
You can't have
women running
everything.
up in a
You can't have
man's
it all.
face, you understand? And then when you run up in a man's face,
You can't beat that man.
then they say a man isn't supposed to put his hand on a woman, but are you acting like a woman? You're running up in this man's face like you're a man. So go ahead and be a man and take that man ass whooping.
well, if that's the case, then shouldn't we take back our rights to vote then? Our rights to drive?
That's different.
That's
No,
No,
different.
but I mean, if we're gonna do that all the
different.
way,
That's
we're
different.
We're not
do
doing it all the way.
We're not doing
So
it
we're
all.
just gonna pick and choose
So,
when we're equal.
we
and when
always
we're
do.
not.
But one is more policy and one is more culture.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Two different things.
I get what you're saying.
I think policy, period. Like policy, everybody should be equal. You should be able to vote. I should be able to vote. Yada yada yada. But then when it comes to culture, and we're talking about the woman, right? The woman being equal to the man, and then like you have gender situations and all that type of stuff. Like let the man be the man. Let the woman be the woman.
Because
But
you
this,
have,
and that's another thing, because we live in a society that is now interjecting a third sex.
Right.
And creating a mindset and a reality that's not even written in the books. Like we don't even have a Islam or Christianity or Buddhism or anything that says, well, when dealing with having the third sex introduced, we don't
Right.
even have a playbook for that. So part of the problem I think that we also have is that women have been trampled upon and shat upon in America for since the advent of this country, and now because we have white women who have their goal in feminism, a lot of black women are getting caught up in this feminist thing, and they're not getting the same benefits. And they big shout out to Blackish because they did address that on Blackish, but
Because it's not really. It wasn't for black.
it wasn't. But it wasn't
No,
for
It was
black
for
women.
white women
Never
who
that.
felt like they
It was
weren't
never
getting
for us.
their just due in a white man's world.
Exactly.
We weren't even in the conversation.
Exactly, but somehow, some way, it came into play that women and men are equal. And we're not equal. We're equal, I think, in mind capacity. I think we're equal in
Right.
a lot of things. I think you can be a judge. I think you can be a lot of things. But
We do different things.
we do different things. But somehow, all of this stuff is being interwoven. Like, no, we're just going to be this genderless, one homogenous
Right.
thing. And I think that's where we're really losing our way. But go ahead, Vada, because I feel it
No, because
bubbling out of your
I
skin
practice
right now.
submission. I do. I practice submission. I
What-
am
what-
submissive.
and what level do you
I do practice
submission?
submission.
Yeah.
I do not I allow him to look.
You allow him. That's not submissive at
No,
all.
no, no. Hold
Practicing.
tight.
what does that mean?
If he is going to guide our household financially in XYZ and I don't necessarily agree with it, I will say I don't agree with it, but I'm rolling with what you're saying. I do believe in head of household. I do cook, I clean, I serve plates. I do. I bring him his plate. I don't just cook and clean and say, "Yo, go fix your food." I bring his food to him. But but there is a balance there.
Right.
There is a balance there where I'm gonna say that if we want to do a polygamous thing, I want to be able to not so much. I don't want multiple men. Maybe I want a man and a woman.
Well, is that normal in from what you consider?
I
to be
don't think
normal?
I don't know. No, it's not normal at all. But I know that that's the only way polygamy could work for
Because
me.
you want to say
Yeah.
we're equal.
We're equal. We're doing the
No,
same thing.
I don't want to say that we're equal. No, because I am his rib. We're not doing the same thing. What he says goes.
Okay.
I
You want
do
the man and the
what
woman.
he says goes. Because I agree as far as the insertion goes. I wouldn't want multiple penises inserted in me.
My turn, Nick.
I mean, I'm just being, the only benefit to me, polygamist wise, because I do bring so much to the table as a woman, would be sexual.
But if you think about it, here's a primitive way of thinking about things. The only animal on this earth, the only mammal or animal on this earth that is not
Polygamous.
polygamous is the penguin. Penguins
aren't they
mate for
gay?
life. No, they're not gay. They make eggs. Gay people don't make babies. Listen. So a man, a female, and a male penguin mate for life, but no other species is with one person for their whole male. Males have prides and you know all kinds of other things. Hey, this is my brood. This is my crew. These are my chicks.
Except the Black Widow spider. He's dead after he.
Yeah. Well, she
so sorry for him.
The Black Widow spider comes from.
It's another level. Yeah.
And most of us, when we deal with one black woman, we have high blood pressure and stress, and we're gonna die from that.
You got a thing with black women. Have you been?
I love them. Yo, don't get it twisted. No, don't get it
needs a
twisted.
hug.
Don't get it twisted. I wouldn't do it any other way, bro. But here's the thing. I'm dealing with when you date a woman in your later years, you pick up all the bullshit she picked up from all the previous bullshit that she's had all her life.
Right.
So no matter how she says, I'm not bringing this shit into this relationship, it still comes.
Right.
No matter what you do, no matter what you say, she's still bringing her baggage from old relationships. And
As
dudes
do
do
you.
it too. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. But we as dudes, this is our theory on it. Yo, fuck this shit, man. I ain't got to deal with this stress. I got 55 women that I can have and blah, blah, blah. I was reading a text the other day. It said, you know, a woman can fuck a man anytime she feels like it, whenever. And the other part of the text said, or the other part of the meme said, a man can marry any woman he wants anytime he wants, you know, and boom. So what I'm saying is we always can fall back on yo, she giving me shit. I'm gonna go ahead and bounce, man. I go ahead and do something elsewhere. You know what I mean? I got a 50 chicks that I can get with.
Yeah, but in a polygamous.
In a polygamous marriage,
then you can't leave. You
got two women on the same page. Everybody's in harmony because you can't come into a polygamous relationship, I assume, with a whole bunch of mouth and everything else because hey, you humbling yourself to do this.
But you've already shut down the possibility of you even living that lifestyle.
Yeah, but as a man, you have to be in a whole different mindset too. Like I'm here with these two women. I'm supporting them. I'm there. This is what I'm blessed to have two women.
Absolutely.
I'm blessed to have two women to come home to. I don't have to eat the same crackers every night. I don't have to, and I get, all my family's taken care of. I get a meal every day. I don't have to, go out and find no other shit.
You got a built-in babysitter?
You got a built-in babysitter. And plus, you're getting 2 brands of Nookie. So
big shout to multiple brands.
My man said brands.
2 brands of Nookie.
I'm mad at that.
Brands.
She don't do this,
I like that.
but she does.
Right.
And everybody's happy. You can't be more happy. I mean, I'm saying I don't know if I can. I may can handle it, but I don't know if I could. But the fact of the matter is, bro, if you got it like that and you are chilling and life is good like that where you don't have to even think about going out and finding nothing else because you got choices at home. You got your house is set just the way you like it.
Well, let me ask you this, Tauheedah. What does the conversation sound like when you go to the other woman and say, "Hey, listen, we would like to have a third party at it." How does that conversation go?
There are actually more Muslims that approach me to be a co-wife than there are men.
Wow.
There are a lot of women that are looking for co-wives because as they get older, some women might not be bearing.
Okay.
Some women might be older. Some may not be able to give the man what he's looking for. And she loves him that much that she's like, hey,
I just want him to be happy.
And can you help me?
Big shout out to women who have that mindset. I love you already. I don't even know
For
you.
real.
Me too.
Right. And that makes sense. Now, I guess in a menopausal space, some women who don't really have a desire to have sex anymore, right? And then the devil created Viagra. So now you got a husband running around trying to get it popping, and you like, nah, I'm not really with that. Go watch porn.
Now I'm only going to take a half a pill because I ain't getting broke off.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Big shout out to Super Steve.
You said a Viagra, man.
I'm
half
just saying.
a pill.
Well, again, because sex has always come in. Big shout out to ignorance because we're ignorant. We just had to throw that in.
Yeah.
Sex is really.
Sex is the most important thing.
I would imagine though that there's got to be a little jealousy if the new wife comes in, walls are being banged on, the bed is, you know what I mean, and you aren't able to give him that, but you do have an intimacy that clearly you probably built over the years.
Yeah.
But I guess the biggest thing is just, I guess there's always going to be jealousy amongst human beings.
Exactly.
And how do you manage that, especially with women being emotional? How does that get managed?
That's something that you have to deal with within yourself first. Before you can love and please anybody, you have to know oneself. You have to love yourself before you can go out. And that's like, you can't clean somebody else's house and yours isn't clean.
Yeah, you're right.
I believe,
How does that
listen,
work?
but everybody knows their plays their position in something like that, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but he's saying, like, how does, people deal with the jealousy?
Yeah.
Jealousy is an emotion.
Like she's
Right.
young and
Beast.
beautiful,
Yeah.
and
But she also has something to offer. Like she said, I bring a lot to the table.
Right.
So that's her lane.
Right.
Then you may have the other female that
is the nurturer,
Yeah.
takes care of the kids, teaches them, homeschools them.
Oh, yeah, because there's some women that are horrible with kids. Like, why did you hit him for nothing? Well, he said
she may
the
be
sky.
fluent in Arabic.
Yeah,
she may
that's
teach
wild.
the whole family Arabic.
Right. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so when you're looking for a co-wife, you're not just looking for somebody to fuck.
Right.
Excuse me. or
Yeah,
have
you need
sex.
a
Oh, that's fine.
Fuck is
Yeah,
great.
You're looking for someone that can bring something to the table, whether she knows Arabic or she knows how to write it,
Right.
or she's good in economics. And do I need one?
No,
Big shout out to Steve for disrupting the conversation that was going so swell.
I'm sorry.
Big shout out to
He
Steve.
must want to talk. I mean,
No, he runs his mouth all day. You're the star today. Now, yeah, you do. You run your mouth every day. Yeah, she's the star today.
Oh, Tauheedah, yes, you are the star.
Now, Tauheedah, what are the cons of a polygamous relationship? I know we got a lot of pros. Arabic, we got multiple incomes. We got there's a lot of things I'm writing on my list. I'm sending a new list. Forget what I said.
Be real.
there are a lot of men that
One of my
say
favorite rappers,
they
please.
can financially provide. They can't.
Right.
Or sometimes it can be overwhelming.
Right.
Because you have these women that want more time now.
Right.
Because you may be happy over here with her, and so now I want you to do the same thing.
Right. I gotta go see the same movie twice. Damn.
Wait, do you do things as groups?
I mean, you can. You're a family,
Right.
not like sexually.
Sex.
Like
Yeah,
Disney
sex is-
World
yeah.
vacation.
1 man and 3 women, please.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at
you
that.
can. It's all up to that family. The kids, they know each other. They know the co-wife as
Mommy too.
No, it's like auntie or
Umi?
daddy's. Yeah. Yeah, she can be.
Reach out to me, Umi. I know what that means.
That's the
Go get a
hard
Muslim
part,
album.
man. That's to get everybody on the same page, man. That is because you may get in a situation and one woman thinks that she wants this, or and then a year, 2, 3 years get in, and it's not a good situation.
But then that's when you leave.
How do you?
can
That was my next question.
Yeah,
How
I
do
mean,
you How do you divorce?
You don't. I mean, you're not really legally married.
You go to the email.
I mean, I was
you're
gonna say, I'm
married,
sure there's
you
a
get-
process.
Yeah, you
I
go
was
to
gonna
the
say, there's
email, you get your counseling. It's just like marriage.
Breaking up with your baby mama.
So you would just go to. So you
email.
do have to let the church know that
The
you
masjid.
guys. Okay.
In the church too?
No,
Well,
not
not the
not
church,
that
the-
kind of
yeah.
church, not your Christian
Not
church.
the
Well,
Christian
well,
church.
well, we gotta
No.
take a quick commercial break. We're gonna deal with that when we get back. So hold on one second. So Manny Levon Show, I'm your host, Manny Levon, the BK Don. We keep it officially official in an official way. Love is love always. Be the best you could be in all ways. And like we always say in the beginning and the end, it is never too late to be who you really are or what you might have been. Power 104.4 F in the Underground. We'll be back in a minute. You want to join in on the conversation? 980-224-0520. You know what it is, baby.
Pay attention, people. This is your world. Keep your head up.